Hello and welcome. In this video, we are discussing about Java server pages directives. So we will discuss directives in JSP. So these directives provide directions and instructions to the container, telling it how to handle certain aspects of the JSP processing. A JSP directive affects the overall structure of the servlet class. It usually has the form @directive attribute equal to value. Directives can have a number of attributes which you can list down as key value pairs and separated by commas. The blanks between symbol and directive name and between the last attribute and closing are optional. Three types of directive tag. @page defines page dependent attributes such as scripting language, error page and buffering requirements. @include includes a file during the translation phase. @taglib declares a tag library containing custom actions used in the page. JSP page directive. So the page directive is used to provide instructions to the container, and these instructions pertain to the current JSP page. You may code page directives anywhere in your JSP page. By convention, page directives are coded at the top of the JSP page. So the basic syntax of the page directive @page attribute equal to value, and you can write the XML equivalent of the syntax as JSP directive dot page attribute equal to value. Attributes. The table lists out the attributes associated with the page directive, attribute and purpose. Buffer specifies a buffering model for the output stream. Autoflush controls the behavior of the servlet output buffer. Content type defines the character encoding scheme. Error page defines the URL of another JSP that reports on Java unchecked runtime exception. ESERROR page indicates if this JSP page is a URL specified by another JSP page error page attribute. Extends specifies a superclass that the generated servlet must extend. Import specifies a list of packages or classes for use in the JSP as the Java import statement does for Java classes. Info defines a string that can be accessed with the servlet's getServletInfo method. EsThreadSave defines the threading model for the generated servlet. Language defines the programming language used in the JSP page. Session specifies whether or not the JSP page participates in HTTP sessions. EsELIgnored specifies whether or not the EL expression in the JSP page will be ignored. EsScripting enabled determines if the scripting elements are allowed for use. The include directive. The include directive is used to include a file during the translation phase, and this directive tells the container to merge the content of other external files with the current JSP during the translation phase, and you may code the include directives anywhere in your JSP page. So the general form of this directive is include file equal to relative URL, and the file name in the include directive is actually a relative URL, and if you just specify a file name with no associated path, the JSP compiler assumes that the file is in the same directory as your JSP. And you can write the XML equivalent of the syntax like JSP directive dot include file equal to relative URL. The taglib directive. So the Java server pages API allow you to define custom tags that look like HTML or XML tags, and a tag library is a set of user defined tags that implement a custom behavior. The taglib directive declares that your JSP page uses a set of custom tags, identifies the location of the library and provides means for identifying the custom tags in your JSP page. The taglib directive follows the syntax @taglib URI equal to URI prefix of tag. Here the URI attribute value resolves to a location the container understands, and the prefix attribute informs a container what bits of markup are custom actions. And you can write the XML equivalent of the above syntax as JSP directive.taglib URI equal to URI prefix equal to prefix of tag. So this was a brief discussion on Java Server Pages Directive. Thanks for watching this video. Bye for now.